Hello there. Take a deep breath. Feel the air as it moves into your lungs and feel it as it leaves your body. Notice the weight of your shoulders. Notice the stillness of the room around you. Tonight, we are going to leave the restless noise of the surface behind. We are going to descend. Welcome back to the Dreemo channel. Tonight, our journey takes us into the very foundation of the modern world. We are traveling beneath the soil, beneath the roots of the ancient forests, and into the crushing, silent depths of the Earth's crust. We are here to explore the story of petroleum, the substance often called liquid gold. This is not just a story of industry or machines. This is a story of deep time. It is a story that began hundreds of millions of years before the first human breath. It is a story of trillions of microscopic lives, the weight of entire oceans, and the slow, patient alchemy of the earth itself. As we explore these 20 profound facts about the origins, the physics, and the legacy of oil, let the immense scale of this history bring a sense of quiet stability to your mind. Let the slow, viscous flow of time guide you into a state of deep, grounded rest. If these quiet explorations help you find peace, please remember to gently press the like button and calmly click subscribe. Your presence here allows us to continue our search for the world's hidden stillnesses. Now, let us begin our descent into the dark, silent chambers of the earth. Chapter 1. The Primordial Rain. Formation. Fact 1. The microscopic ocean ancestry. We must begin our journey over 300 million years ago, in a world that would be unrecognizable to us today. Imagine an ancient ocean, warm and vast, stretching across the planet. This ocean was teeming with life, but not the kind we usually imagine. There were no whales here, no great sharks. Instead, the water was filled with an infinite, invisible cloud of microscopic organisms, phytoplankton and zooplankton. These tiny beings lived their lives in the sunlit upper layers of the water, absorbing energy from the stars. When they died, they did not disappear. Instead, they began a long, silent descent. They fell through the water column like a constant microscopic snow. Trillions upon trillions of tiny bodies sinking into the darkness, settling on the sea floor to form a thick, organic carpet. This was the silent birth of oil. It was a reign of life that lasted for millions of years, building a foundation of energy in the absolute stillness of the deep sea. Fact 2. The anoxic preservation. For this organic matter to become oil, a very specific and quiet condition had to be met. On most of the ocean floor, scavengers and bacteria would have consumed these remains, but in certain deep basins, the water was anoxic. It contained no oxygen. In this airless silence, the organic matter was preserved. It did not rot. It did not decay. Instead, it became part of the Earth's memory. It was buried by layers of fine silt and clay, sealed away from the world of the living. This lack of oxygen was the Earth's way of preserving the energy of the sun trapped in the bodies of these tiny organisms, and holding it in a state of suspended animation for eons to come. It is a profound thought. The fuel that moves our world today is the preserved sunlight of a prehistoric sea, kept safe in a world without breath. Fact 3. The weight of mountains. As the millions of years drifted by, the layers of organic silt were buried deeper and deeper. Above them, the earth was changing. Mountains rose and fell. New oceans opened and old ones closed. Thousands of meters of sand, mud, and volcanic ash piled on top of that ancient sea floor. The weight of this accumulation was immense. The pressure became crushing, thousands of pounds per square inch pressing down on the organic remains. Under this heavy, silent embrace of gravity, the organic mud began to change. It was squeezed and compacted, turning into a dark, dense rock known as source rock. The energy was being concentrated, forced into a smaller and smaller space by the absolute power of the Earth's mass. This is the ultimate lesson in patience, the slow transition from soft life into hard stone. Fact 4. The Earth's internal kitchen. Deep within the crust, it is not only pressure that acts upon the ancient life, it is heat. The Earth has its own internal furnace, a quiet, steady warmth that rises from the core. As the source rock was pushed deeper, it began to warm, but this process had to be precise. Geologists call this the oil window. If the temperature is too low, the transformation never begins. If it is too high, the organic matter is destroyed or turned into natural gas. The perfect window is between 60 and 120 degrees Celsius. In this narrow, silent temperature range, the Earth acted as a slow cooker, breaking down the complex biological molecules into simpler hydrocarbons. It was a rhythmic, chemical dance performed in total darkness, miles beneath the surface, lasting for 10 million years or more.
Fact 5. The mystery of kerogen. Before the organic matter becomes a liquid, it passes through an intermediate stage called kerogen. Kerogen is a solid, waxy substance embedded within the source rock. It is neither life nor fuel. It is a promise of what is to come. For millions of years, the Earth held this kerogen in its grasp, slowly applying heat and pressure, waiting for the chemical bonds to snap and release the liquid oil. Imagine the stillness of a rock that holds the potential of fire within it, waiting in the dark for an entire geological era. This waxy state is the Earth's patience personified, a slow, unhurried transition that refuses to be rushed by the passage of time. Chapter 2. The Secret Migration. Geology. Fact 6. The Great Upward Journey. Once the kerogen finally transforms into liquid oil, it does not stay in the source rock. Oil is lighter than water and lighter than the surrounding rock, and so a silent, invisible migration begins. Driven by buoyancy and pressure, the tiny drops of oil begin to move. They seep through the microscopic cracks and pores of the rock, slowly working their way upward toward the surface. This migration can take millions of years. The oil moves only centimeters per century, a patient upward flow through the dark labyrinth of the Earth's crust. It is a journey of incredible endurance, a search for a place to rest, guided by the silent laws of physics in the deep underground. Fact 7. The reservoir, the stone sponge. When we think of oil underground, we often imagine a vast, dark lake, but the reality is much more subtle and silent. Oil is found in reservoir rocks, usually sandstone or limestone. These rocks look solid to the human eye, but they are filled with millions of tiny interconnected spaces, pores. The oil lives inside these pores, held like water in a rigid stone sponge. The oil is perfectly still here, trapped in a microscopic cathedral of rock. It is a state of total equilibrium. The pressure of the world above is balanced by the pressure of the fluids below, creating a sanctuary of silence that has remained undisturbed since the age of the dinosaurs. Fact 8. The cap rock, the final guardian. When we think of oil underground, we often imagine a vast, dark lake, but the reality is much more subtle and silent. Oil is found in reservoir rocks, usually sandstone or limestone. These rocks look solid to the human eye, but they are filled with millions of tiny interconnected spaces, pores. The oil lives inside these pores, held like water in a rigid stone sponge. The oil is perfectly still here, trapped in a microscopic cathedral of rock. It is a state of total equilibrium. The pressure of the world above is balanced by the pressure of the fluids below, creating a sanctuary of silence that has remained undisturbed since the age of the dinosaurs. Fact 9. The porosity and permeability. The quality of an oil reservoir is defined by two silent characteristics. Porosity is the amount of empty space within the rock, the volume of the hidden chambers. Permeability is the measure of how well those chambers are connected. In a high-quality reservoir, the oil can move freely between the pores, flowing with a slow, heavy grace. In others, the oil is locked in separate rooms, unable to move. This internal architecture of the stone is a masterpiece of natural engineering, a silent network of pathways that determines how the Earth's energy is stored and released. It is a quiet, microscopic world of geometry and flow. Fact 10. The anticlinal trap. Oil often gathers in specific geological shapes called traps. The most common is the anticline, an upward fold in the rock layers that looks like a hidden underground hill. Because oil rises, it collects at the very top of these folds, held there by the cap rock. These traps are the Earth's hidden treasure chests. They are quiet, arched structures miles below our feet, holding billions of barrels of oil in a state of absolute stillness. When a geologist looks at a map of the Earth's layers, they are looking for these hidden arches, the places where the Earth has folded itself to protect the legacy of the ancient seas.
Chapter 3. The physics of the obsidian flow. Fact 11. The spectrum of crude. Not all oil is the same. It is a complex mixture of thousands of different hydrocarbon molecules, and its character changes depending on where it was formed. Some oil is sweet, meaning it contains very little sulfur and flows with a light, golden clarity. Other oil is sour, heavy with minerals and as black as the midnight sky. There is light oil that evaporates quickly in the air, and heavy oil that is as thick as tar. This diversity is a reflection of the unique history of each reservoir, the specific plankton, the specific heat, and the specific rocks of that region. It is a silent, liquid record of the Earth's local history, a chemical fingerprint of a world that no longer exists. Fact 12. The heavy grace of viscosity. Viscosity is the measure of a fluid's resistance to flow. It is the thickness of the liquid. Deep-sea oil often has a very high viscosity, meaning it moves with a heavy, deliberate slowness. It does not splash, it flows with a quiet, rhythmic dignity. This viscosity is caused by the long, complex chains of carbon atoms tangling together, creating an internal friction. When you imagine the movement of oil deep underground, imagine a liquid that has all the time in the world. It is a flow that is never in a hurry, a heavy obsidian pulse that matches the slow heartbeat of the geological eras. Fact 13. The hydrocarbon chains. At the molecular level, oil is a masterpiece of organic chemistry. It is made primarily of hydrogen and carbon atoms linked together in long chains or rings. These bonds are the storehouses of energy. They are the same bonds that once held the bodies of microscopic organisms together in the ancient sunlit oceans.
When we use oil today, we are snapping those ancient bonds, releasing the energy that was captured millions of years ago. It is a silent, molecular memory of life, a chemical legacy that has survived the crushing pressure of the depths to bring light and heat to the modern world. Every drop of oil is a library of carbon, a dense and silent storage of the Earth's past. Fact 14. The presence of associated gas. Oil is rarely alone in its underground sanctuary. It is almost always accompanied by natural gas. Because gas is lighter, it sits on top of the oil, forming a gas cap. This gas is under immense pressure, pushing down on the oil with a silent, invisible force. In many ways, the gas is the breath of the reservoir. It provides the energy that will eventually push the oil to the surface. For millions of years, this gas and oil have existed in a state of high-pressure harmony, a quiet, compressed partnership, waiting for the moment when the seal is finally broken and they can expand into the world above. Fact 15. The deep saline waters. Beneath the oil, at the very bottom of the reservoir, there is usually a layer of ancient salt water. This is the water of the prehistoric ocean, trapped alongside the oil when the rocks were first formed. It is incredibly salty and heavy, filled with minerals from the deep earth. The oil floats on this water, separated by a silent, invisible boundary. This water has not seen the sun for 300 million years. It is a remnant of a lost world, a dark and salty witness to the passage of time, providing a foundation for the liquid gold that rests above it. The reservoir is a layered cake of Earth's history. Gas on top, oil in the middle, and the ancient sea at the bottom.
Chapter 4. The Human Echo. History and Impact. Fact 16. The Ancient Bitumen of Mesopotamia. The story of human interaction with oil did not start with the Industrial Revolution. It began in the cradle of civilization. In ancient Mesopotamia, bitumen, a thick, natural form of oil, would seep to the surface in quiet, black pools. The Sumerians and Babylonians used it as mortar for their bricks, as waterproofing for their boats, and even as medicine. The walls of the legendary city of Babylon were held together by the earth's ancient alchemy. It was a silent, black adhesive that built the first cities of man. To the ancients, oil was a gift from the underworld, a mysterious, eternal substance that connected their world to the deep, unmoving spirits of the earth. Fact 17. The kerosene transition. Before the world turned to oil for transportation, it used it for light. In the mid-19th century, the world was running out of whale oil, and the nights were growing dark. The discovery of how to refine crude oil into kerosene changed everything. Suddenly, the energy of the ancient sun could be used to illuminate the human night. It was a quiet revolution. One by one, the lamps of the world were filled with the liquid gold of the earth. This shift saved the whales and brought a new kind of light to our homes, a steady, amber glow that came from the silent depths of the prehistoric past. It was the first time the Earth's hidden energy truly touched the lives of every human being. Fact 18. The Fractional Distillation Tower. A modern refinery is a cathedral of chemistry, and at its heart is the distillation tower. Crude oil is heated until it turns into a hot, silent vapor. As this vapor rises through the tower, it cools. Different molecules condense back into liquid at different temperatures. Gasoline at the top, diesel in the middle, and heavy waxes at the bottom. It is a beautiful, rhythmic process of separation.
The refinery takes the chaotic mixture of the earth and sorts it into a perfect chemical harmony. It is the final step in the transition from the dark, messy history of the underground to the clean, focused energy of the modern world. It is a silent, industrial alchemy, performing in minutes what the earth took millions of years to prepare. Fact 19. The world of petrochemicals. Most people think of oil only as fuel for cars or planes, but the legacy of oil is much more intimate. Nearly everything we touch, the plastics of our keyboards, the synthetic fibers in our clothes, the medicines that heal us, and even the fertilizers that grow our food, is made from petroleum. We live in a world built on the chemical skeletons of ancient plankton. This is the silent, invisible presence of oil in our lives. It is the substance that has allowed us to create a world of incredible complexity and convenience. When you look around your room, you are looking at the transformed remains of a 300-million-year-old sea. It is a profound, quiet connection between our daily lives and the deepest history of the planet. Fact 20. The strategic salt caverns. In a world that relies on oil, security is found in the dark. Many nations store their emergency oil reserves in massive, man-made salt caverns deep underground. These are giant, hollowed-out spaces, sometimes large enough to hold a skyscraper, filled with millions of barrels of crude oil. The salt walls are impermeable and self-healing, providing a perfect, silent sanctuary for the nation's energy. These reserves are the modern version of the Earth's own traps, silent, dark, and highly pressurized chambers where the liquid gold waits in total stillness, an insurance policy against the restlessness of the human world. It is the final resting place of the oil, back in the salt and the dark where it first began. Conclusion: the return to stillness. Our journey through the world of petroleum has come to an end. We have traveled from the sunlit surface of ancient oceans to the crushing darkness of the Earth's deepest chambers. We have seen how the Earth, through the quiet power of time, heat, and pressure, transforms life into energy. Oil is a reminder that nothing is ever truly lost. The sunlight of the past is stored in the rocks of the present. The microscopic lives of the ancient world are the foundation of our own. It is a story of profound patience, a long, unhurried flow that reminds us of the Earth's incredible capacity to endure. Let the heavy, grounding weight of this history settle over you now. Feel the stability of the Earth beneath you. Like the oil in its reservoir, let yourself find a state of perfect, silent equilibrium. The world is still, the Earth is deep, and you are safe in the unhurried flow of time. Sink now into the deep obsidian rest of the world.